Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to Mr. Undersecretary for being here. Over the past several months, USDA has made a series of significant announcements affecting the conservation program this committee oversees. In December of 2025, the department announced a new $700 million regenerative agriculture pilot program funded not through new authorization, but by redirecting $400 million from the Environmental Quality Incentives Program and $300 million from the Conservative Stewardship Program. This pilot was not authorized by H.R. 1, yet it requires every state to set aside a quarter of its environmental quality incentives program and conservative stewardship program allocations to support it. And if you put that in perspective, for my home state of North Carolina, in fiscal year 2025, Natural Resources Conservation Service invested $23.2 million in North Carolina through the Environmental Quality Incentives Program alone to help our farmers carry out conservation practices. A 25% set aside means a meaningful share of those dollars, and the comparable share of conservation stewardship program funding will now be redirected to a pilot program that didn't exist 8 months ago and that the Congress never explicitly authorized. These are not small administrative adjustments. They represent real changes in how conservation dollars reach producers and how long-term partnerships are honored or unwound. Producers, conservation districts, and partner organizations across the country have had to adapt quickly and often with only weeks before an announcement and an application deadline. And so our job today is to better understand the implementation process and the accountability behind these decisions. We want to know how practices were chosen, funding decisions were made, and what happened to commitments already underway, and what producers and this committee can expect going forward. So my first question concerns the regenerative agriculture pilot program itself. In North Carolina, about 15% of the Environmental Quality Incentives Program and Conservation Stewardship Program funding supported at least one of the 15 practices on the approved list. And that means that we're doing our job in North Carolina. And so, Mr. Fordyce, by requiring every state to set aside 25% of its EQIP and CSP allocations for this pilot program, how much existing producer demand for standard EQIP and CSP practices is being displaced?
Well, Congresswoman, that is a good question. And so the regenerative pilot program, the idea behind putting EQIP and CSP into the regenerative pilot program was not done lightly. There has been a number of different organizations that have asked about a focus on improving soil health and a focus on whole farm planning. And those are really the two pillars that are in the regenerative pilot program. And so the idea to use 15 existing conservation practice standards to accomplish that was a decision that we made, and it has really been overwhelmingly positive by the conservation folks that we work with.
So what would a 25% set aside have meant for the farmers in North Carolina who applied for traditional conservation practices during that time? And are they now competing for a smaller pool of standard funding because of this?
No, ma'am, I don't believe they are, because what we're doing is folks that have inquired and have an interest in EQIP or CSP, some of the other conservation practice standards these are the types of things that they are interested in.
Okay, so this $700 million announcement came at the same time USDA cut other farmer support programs like Farm to School, Farm to Food Bank. So can you tell us how a small regenerative farmer is supposed to make up for the loss of school and food bank contracts using funds from this pilot program?
So I would say that that the program is size neutral. Small farmers mid-sized farmers can utilize these programs to enhance soil health and to engage in whole farm conservation planning.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here, and thank you for your responses, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.